Your child melts down over the smallest things. They can't sleep, they refuse to go to school, the emotional outbursts are getting worse, and you're walking on eggshells, never knowing what might set them off next. You've tried counseling, therapy sessions, and maybe even medication, but nothing seems to stick. In fact, everything you try seems to make their anxiety and aggression worse. You're not alone, and you're not failing your child. Let's say it again for the mamas in the back. You're not failing your child. 4.4 million children in America struggle with anxiety, and the numbers are climbing every year. What most parents don't realize is that their child's anxiety isn't a behavioral problem that needs to be managed. It's a neurological problem that can be addressed at its root cause core. When 8-year-old Damon started having self-harming thoughts and refusing to go to school, his mom, Nadia, felt hopeless. She said, everything I would do was making his anxiety and aggression worse. But when they discovered the real root cause wasn't in Damon's head, it was stuck in his nervous system, everything changed. And this video is for exhausted parents whose children struggle with anxiety, aggression, or emotional regulation challenges and who are tired of being told their child will grow out of it, or that medication is the only solution. You'll discover why your child's anxiety isn't behavioral but neurological, how early life stress gets stuck in their nervous system, and most importantly, how neurologically focused chiropractic care can help your child finally access their natural ability to calm down and regulate their emotions. When we met Damon, he was struggling emotionally with anxiety, not an easy thing for an 8-year-old to handle. His emotions were coming out as anger and aggression. He was refusing to go to school, and things were getting progressively worse for his entire family. It got so bad that he was starting to have self-harming thoughts and actions. Damon had already been through a behavioral program, but his mom, Nadia, felt like everything she tried was making his anxiety and aggression worse. She was worried about what school would look like and how he would adapt as he got older. When they found our office, it was the first time Nadia felt heard and hopeful. As she said, there was no judgment. They felt understood and finally had some answers as to why Damon was struggling. And even better, there was a solution. 1, anxiety is a normal part of life. It's going to show up naturally during times of stress, big life moments, challenges, etc. The worst kind of anxiety is the anxiety about having anxiety, which really is a sign of a dysregulated nervous system, and that's what we're talking about here. Your child's anxiety isn't a character flaw or a behavior choice. It's their nervous system stuck in a constant fight or flight state, unable to access the rest, digest, and regulate mode that's essential for emotional well-being. When the nervous system is out of balance, even simple daily activities can feel threatening to your child's brain and body, triggering anxiety responses that seem disproportionate to the situation. This stuck state is caused by subluxation, stress and tension that builds up in the nervous system and interfere with proper brain-body communication. Subluxation buildup often starts as early as stress during pregnancy, when maternal stress hormones cross the placenta and impact your baby's developing nervous system. Birth interventions like C-sections, forceps, or vacuum extraction can create physical trauma to the delicate upper neck and brainstem area where crucial nerves are housed. Early childhood experiences like falls, illnesses, emotional stress, and even frequent antibiotic use continue to add layers of stress to an already overwhelmed nervous system. The vagus nerve is your child's brake pedal. It's responsible for activating the calming, healing side of the nervous system that allows them to self-regulate and feel safe. I like to tell my patients, what happens in this vagus doesn't stay in this vagus. When subluxation interferes with vagus nerve function, your child loses access to this natural calming mechanism, making it nearly impossible for them to settle down on their own. This explains why traditional behavioral approaches often fall short. They're trying to teach coping skills to a child whose nervous system is physically unable to access the calm state needed to use those skills effectively. So at Capital District Family Chiropractic, we use advanced insight neurological scans to detect and measure the presence and severity of subluxation and nervous system dysfunction in your child. These scans show us exactly where stress is stuck in your child's nervous system and help us create a personalized care plan that's tailored to their unique needs. The EMG scan below is a perfect representation of the stuck sympathetic fight or flight patterns we commonly see on our insight scans when a child or a patient is struggling with anxiety. This scan shows all sorts of increased or excessive tension in the cervical and sacral regions, which flood the nervous system with nonstop sensory noise and overload that then overwhelms the brain and nervous system, leaving it stuck in sympathetic dominance. Now, also, this EMG scan has that small yellow bar in the lower thoracic region near T10, and that is the area of nerve supply controlling the adrenal glands, indicating that this long-standing stress pattern has led to adrenal fatigue and insufficiency, which is a hallmark finding of anxiety and neurological exhaustion. Our adjustments work to release stuck stress from the sympathetic nervous system, activate the vagus nerve, and restore balance to the nervous system as a whole. If everything we talked about in this video sounds all too familiar and you'd like to learn more about navigating anxiety, the insight scans, and how to learn more about the sequencing of optimal healing, click that link in our bio, comment below, or send us a DM. Share this video. You've got friends, you've got family members, you've got Facebook groups. They need this information. You can give my office a call at 518-599-0067 or visit our website for more information, cdfchiro.com. Our team is always here to help.